Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title, we got video number 2 of the Pro-Am series coming to y'all today, and with today's video, something very different than what we normally run into. Now, with all this said, this is only our third day out here on the Pro-Am stuff. As a whole, as a team, just any of us in the first place have no experience when it comes to this comp Pro-Am stuff, and we're playing against teams that have a ton of experience and a ton of chemistry together. Now, as you can see, we are Revenge of the Streamer. The guys that we're playing against is Old Head XPL. Now, what you see from the title, we're going against a post score and a lethal PG in this game. Like, I'm talking, it was a dynamic duo on some Kobe and Shaq stuff, or even on some Curry and Shaq stuff. Now, before we get too deep into this video, if you guys should drop a like on the vid if you do enjoy the Pro-Am series, or if you enjoy the video as you watch it, I'd really appreciate if you guys could drop a like on this one, because flat out, it did really poorly when it comes to hitting people's homepage and the recommended and stuff like that, but it did amazing through the subscription feed. So, essentially, I just need the community and just my community, essentially, my viewers and my subscribers. I just need you guys a little bit to help me out as far as getting this to people's recommended page and getting to the home page and stuff like that. If you could simply drop a like, I'd really appreciate it. Or again, if you're somebody who wants to watch all the way through the video to decide if you want to, I would appreciate that as well. Now, in video number 1 of the series, the squad that we ran was this exact same one right here, except we don't have Nut in this game, aka our secondary ball handler, and then we have Panda, who is just here for more defense. Essentially, he's on a build with 28 defensive badges, and then we got Giuseppe and me pretty much just running the whole offense through each other, and then we got Tonic and Dope, obviously, as our lockdowns. Dope on ball lock, Tonic in the corner for rotations and stuff like that, and then me as the big man defender. Now, with these guys, it's going to be very important I explain to you guys who does what, essentially. So, Franchise is the post scorer that we're talking about, and Tats is the point guard. Now, Iris is their big man, who's pretty much going to be the big man rotation guy, rim protector, so to say, and then Packer, and then the one on the far left are their 2 backcourt lockdowns. Now, they also have Tats, who is their point guard. He's on the wing trying to dodge ball. Now, as I watch these videos back, I even learn more and more just from the film study, essentially, of watching this. Now, I want to clarify, this is something we need to absolutely target moving forward. What these guys did is they put their point guard, who obviously has low defense. Anything to do with Pro-Am and point guards, you have to have a build that has low defense to be able to carry the load of the playmaking, shooting, finishing, etc. All types of stuff like that to provide the offense. So, what they do is they have their point guard right here. He's spotting up on the wing, and he's avoiding any rotation they have to do in the paint. So they're going to have their rim protector right here. The post scorer, who obviously has pretty solid block and stuff like that, and just has a big man presence, is going to be able to rotate for them on pick and rolls. And essentially what I'm saying is we need to run more wraps moving forward and get that point guard more involved on defense to where he can't just hide. Because flat out, we do keep it pretty stagnant on offense. We're very new to this stuff, so obviously we're trying not to make it too complicated on ourselves. Now, our very first play on defense, you're going to see, again, it's just me and Dope in the 2-man pick and roll game. We're going to try and have a couple rotations, like I was saying, Tonic from that left corner, and then Panda's going to try and rotate to that corner. But as you can see, we get a little poke ball right there. Now, this is where we came out here, we're not expecting anything to do with this. Now, I just want to let you guys know, when it comes to these WR matchups or just Pro-Am matchups in general, from the Discord chat that I'm in and stuff like that, I never really know, like, who's who. That's a whole lot of experience that we have to get, as well as just learning the who's who, essentially. And with all that said, I had no clue what to expect right here. So we don't have anybody on the team currently with interior defense. So as soon as we got hit with that first post spin, I was just like, all right, we in for a long game right here, because flat out, I have minimum interior defense. Now, like I was saying, we don't have anybody else on the squad with interior defense, so flat out, I'm just going to have to be able to take this post scorer one-on-one whenever he gets the ball, or get some help off ball and obviously give up a few more opportunities in the situation where we give up 3-pointers. But right here, miscommunication on D, I'm going to step back. Dope low-key gets a solid little jump, even though obviously, like I said, miscommunication. But either way, gets a nice contest. I'm out in transition. Giuseppe hits me right down the lane, and I get this and1 right here. Now, I also want to let you guys know, I have minimum free throw, right? And that becomes a problem in a lot of situations. But with that said, my boys at 2K Labs made a nice video talking about the shot aiming. Now, even though I tell you that, I don't have the right free throw animation on. I need the Rick Barry underhand one, and flat out, I just need to get better with the aiming in the first place. And that's going to be really the only way I even hit these free throws. So, I will keep in mind that that is really just going to be a tough scene, and I just need to be able to learn my way through it and get better with the aiming, because it is possible still to be a pretty efficient free throw shooter. I just need to get more experience with that. But right there, you can see Panda gets hit with that backdoor from the wing. We'll obviously see a couple more of those as we move on with this Pro-Am series. Beautiful move by Giuseppe to hit that Curry slide. Obviously shoots the white, but he still makes it. And flat out, it was a wide open shot. And that is really tough to come by in this Pro-Am stuff, flat out. Now you can see right there, again, miscommunications coming across, all types of things right there. And flat out, I know a lot of you guys weren't a big fan of this breakdown stuff. stuff. Some people still were though. But this one right here is entirely on me. Now, what I didn't realize is they got all these people up here, right? As far as like they got the inbounder, they got this big man right here, they got this dude coming across from the wing. I wasn't even realizing that this is my dude right here, and Giuseppe's dude is nowhere near coming up the court yet. So whenever this happens to me, I'm just going to have to be way more aware of that. And fortunately, we don't actually get scored on right here or anything. Giuseppe gets a really good contest. However, Franchise, the post score guy, he comes in, crashes that O board. Panda with a beautiful lane right here. He's going to get the tip pass. Tonic gets the ball out to Dope, lob up to Panda, boom, just like that. Beautiful transition game. Literally as perfect as you could imagine it. Like, I mean, when you get 3 people involved and they all do the perfect exact right thing in the transition game, that is awesome. Now you're gonna see right there, Tats comes out here and flat out this stuff right here, that is just 2 plays, perfect example of playing good defense, and you just literally can't do anything about it. So he hits a snatch back on me, I get ankle breakered, simple as that, and then I recover because Dope switched up to my guy, the point guard, and then I recover and get to the paint, and then just like that, I get lobbed straight over my head. Now, is there any way to fix that? Flat out, no. Ankle braces literally doesn't work. It's just not an effective badge. So a lot of people in this Pro-Am stuff, they're just going to run the ankle breaker and the space creator and stuff like that. I've learned all types of stuff like this in a matter of like 2 to 3 days. And obviously, I've told you guys in the previous video, Giuseppe is on a build that only has 18 playmaking, 3 finishing, and really doesn't have anything that's essential for Pro-Am PGs. Now right there, I could have hit a really, really clean slip, but I just missed it. But either way, like I was saying with Giuseppe's build, essentially, it's just not built for Pro-Am. He doesn't have the right set of playmaking badges. He doesn't have the right set of finishing badges. Really, there's nothing more to our offense other than the fact that he's 6'5", sort of fast, but not really elite speed or anything like that. Doesn't have the dimer, space creator, anything like that. Now, this is the aspect of the game that you're going to see a little bit of. So Franchise gets the ball on the post, boom, hits me with a hop, gets that green, beautiful. Literally, you can't draw it up any better in the post when it comes to the Pro-Am, and obviously with the spacing that you have in this, it's going to be a little bit tough to work the high post. And when you get shots like that with the post hop, with the post fade, anything like that, it's actually very impressive, I gotta say. Now, with all that said, I don't have any post move lockdown. I don't have any interior defense to stop him from doing post spins, drop steps, whatever it may be. So I really have to just sag off a little bit and not get bodied up when it comes to the post scoring. So it's a lot to handle as far as what they got with their offense. I mean, they're doing all types of stuff from the wing and moving off ball with, like, you know, wraps and stuff like that. Then they got the post scoring presence. You're gonna see Dope gets put on him right here. Again, no interior defense, but he does really good job of like defending him right here. Panda throws a little bit of help as well. I don't know who blocked that in the first place, and low-key, it was kind of a bailout block in the first place to get a block on an up and under because he was jumping at the post fade or the post hop, whatever. But either way, great defense. We get the ball back. I mean, really, we essentially got a 24-second violation where they just had to throw up some BS at the end of the shot clock. Anyway, Giuseppe comes out. Solid shot right there, 19% covered. Those are definitely hittable, definitely greenable, even with no dead eye or anything like that. I will say, a lot of transition and getting used to Pro-Am for him. He only got a couple runs on this Pro-Am stuff, and when he did have it, it was when, you know, blinders and stuff like that was super effective, and he just got to do a lot of adjusting as far as what's an open shot, what's not. So we're on the fly learning as a team entirely. But beautiful defense right here. Pick him up on the roll. We get really good rotation and stuff like that. I'm down there for the crash on the help on the defense on the interior, and beautiful defense possession again. Ending the quarter on a perfect run. We're going to get the ball back with a chance of the last shot of the quarter right here, and we execute perfectly on this too. So what I will say is we had a lot of confusion at the top of the key right here with me and Tonic. I was trying to set the picks, obviously, in our 2-man pick and roll game. Tonic was trying to get to the opposite wing, and then right here, I get the ball and just, you know, bust out my slasher stuff. And I will say, I really do want to get a lot more sets of that, but I don't want to be so vocal with it. I don't want to make the guys think that I'm like on some ego stuff and trying to really get the ball a ton, and like that I'm on some ball hog stat stuffing stuff or anything like that. But you can see they come down on the other end, get the awesome crab at the last second, just like really clean, simply just sprinted and stunned him with a tight handle animation, simple as that. And they get the 3-pointer to end the quarter. Now you're gonna see on the defensive end right here, we're playing some sides. Dope drops, Tonic drops with the corner, however they missed the shot. Dope gets the board, we're out on the break, goes to Panda. I will say, I was thinking Tonic could fill in for the lob right there, and then we get some really unfortunate thing. Now, I will say, situations like this where essentially he was just passing me the ball with a lot of traffic right here. Now, I don't think this would have got intercepted. I think I could have just caught it. I mean, you could see literally like my hands are right there for it. But I've seen that animation a lot in this Pro-Am stuff where essentially you just get pass interference. Like, dudes are just pushing you as you're trying to catch the ball, and it just goes flying. I've already seen that like literally 6 times, and we've only played probably like 5-6 games at this point. But either way, you can see they come out with the pick and roll game right there, hit a really clean lob. I'm up top right here. I'm trying to get the ball again, and I go for this again spin dunk right there, where it was the perfect situation to do that. And again, I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of this rewind stuff, but I want to explain my thought process here. So you can see he literally is on the left side of me. It's as simple as this. Literally, a lot of people think this is just random stuff that slashing has literally zero skill in the first place, but this is very simple. He's on my left side, I got the ball in my left hand, boom, spin dunk to the right side. Simple as that, literally. Now, I know I'm trying to make it sound like it's the coolest thing ever that I know how to do that, but I will say a lot of people in this game, they just don't know that. It's all contact dunk, contact dunk, contact dunk, and you just live and die by it. And if you miss it, they blame the game and talk about how garbage it is in the situation that they couldn't get a bailout, but other people could. Either way, again, you can see this guy right here goes straight to the hoop, gets fouled. Really, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I should have blocked that in the first place, but he only hits one of the 2 free throws. Now we're back on the offense with it, 3-point game. Now this right here that you're gonna see, this sequence, right? We're going to be on offense. He hits a Curry slide straight into the defender, and simply put, every single time that we have a situation like this with the loose balls, it just happens to be the other team's ball every single time. Now check this out. Now we're on the defensive end with it, right? And we're back on the sides, me and Dope. I'm on the right side, he's on the left. Now I just end up on this left side. Boom. I bump him on the Curry slide, can't get the ball. They keep it. Simple as that. He gets a nice little crab on me, creates some confusion off ball. We do get a great contest on that, however, again, and I gotta say, throughout the whole course of this game, we were getting beautiful off-ball defense of people just swarming to the ball wherever it's passed to. Really, really great defensive sequences and stuff like that of people just working together. But with all that said, me and Dope were struggling pretty bad on the top of the key with, like, you know, playing sides and stuff like that. Now GV hits me on a wide open pick and pop right there. I miss it flat out. I need to get better with that as well. Now, on top of that, one thing I was talking about with GV's point guard build and stuff like that is just flat out, I mean, he doesn't have any dimer. Not that I should need dimer to shoot well. And again, you can see literally another loose ball off a block. And then this right here is the story of the game. You guys are going to see this so much. Boom. Simple 2 seconds of dribbling and just perfect wide open shot. Now, he does miss it, however. And you guys are probably sitting here watching this video thinking this PG is straight garbage because he's just missing a bunch of wide open shots. I promise you that narrative is changing throughout the course of the game. It's flat out a really tough scene for us to defend him. Beautiful rim run right there by GV, easy. They were playing super high in the screens. Now, obviously, in situations where we have that very mapped out and it's very easy for us to see that they're playing high, typically I'm just going to go for the slip and just easy take the 2. You can see Tats right there, gets a nice little rim run right back as well. We still got a nice 5-point lead though. However, obviously, this is a game of runs. Everybody knows that, and especially in Pro-Am, that's the case as well. Now, right here, Giuseppe does a really good job at getting open. He just shoots the off dribble and wasn't expecting to, and obviously that leads to a bad situation. Now, you're going to see in so many situations, they crashed like literally 4 people off the glass every single time. I get crabbed super quick. Again, like I said, that's going to be the story of this game is flat out the dude was getting shots in like 4 seconds every single time, and we need to get better on defense. Straight up. It's as simple as that. But I mean, literally, look at this possession right here. They just get the ball in transition. I'm on the left side on ball right here. I really don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. I was literally just bodying him up, and then boom, just like that, I'm right behind him. Just out of nowhere, literally. And there's nothing to do about it because crabs, you'll never contest it. It's as simple as that. You can't jump, you can't reach, you can't do anything. If you do reach, maybe you foul him, but even at that, he might end up at the free throw line for 3 shots or something like that too. So it's just a really ineffective thing. Now, you're also going to see on this possession right here, I try and get a nice little cut. Nothing's there. I get back out to GV. He's going to drive, go to the corner with it. Nothing's there as well. Now, I just find my way just kind of down into the paint, catch a standing lob. Now, as far as the crab stuff goes, we will get back to that as far as the commentary goes. But real quick, I want to just close out this half talking about the gameplay because there's a lot of stuff that happened right here. So, they take me into the post again, right? I'm down here with it, defending it really, really well. He goes up with a little up and under right here. I'm all over that. Perfect contest. I mean, 32, obviously, you could want for a little bit better. But then, boom, this dude just gets it out of nowhere, hits me with the circus Jamal Crawford hop dunk, or hop layup, so to say. And they get a beautiful shot off that just out of nowhere. And again, same old story of this whole game. Just really quick offense, back and forth. And you can see right here, I hit a nice little wing cut as they switch it, and Giuseppe hits that back up. Now, I will say too, this is something that I'm 100% of the time going to do. We get the switch right here where the big is on Giuseppe, and as soon as he hits this back up, I'm already knowing this dude wants to switch up and this dude wants to switch down, so I'm going to hit it before they can get that off. Now, we'll talk about Giuseppe and his new build right after halftime ends, But I just want to go ahead and close this out with some commentary. So you can see they run that nice little wrap right there again, and then he hits me with a walk back, gets the green on the mid-range. Again, beautiful offensive set. I mean, they do everything perfectly as far as that goes. Again, the wrap just creates so much more confusion. It makes me, like, you know, have to play more cerebral rather than focus on ball and not have to worry about anything else. And then, really, like I said, the post presence as well. Now, I hit this little kind of slip. It was really not the best time to roll or anything like that. The big man's kind of back, but I just wanted to get something quick in right there. And then I end up missing it with like a 21% contest. That glass take, low key, as you can see, is popping up pretty consistently, and I do like it quite a bit. But anyway, right here, come back down. Dope hits a quick corner three just like that. We get the 2-for-1, and that actually is a really big possession right there. So now for their possession right here, that sharp take is definitely a problem. I mean, every Pro-Am PG is essentially going to run it, but you can see right here, he played great defense, and obviously he was kind of fumbling on his dribbles a little bit, but Dope does a really good job of not getting crabbed right there. Gets to the right side of him as he hits that size up to the right, and now I'm out in transition. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit embarrassing. I still want to show y'all it just for the sake of the video, but you can see I get snatch blocked out the corner. Not the best end of the half as far as my offensive output, so to say. I definitely could have done a little bit better job of dotting around here and there. You know, I missed that shot down below the basket. Obviously missed the three-pointer as well. I don't know if that was my third to last shot, and then obviously got snatch blocked right there. So not the best end of the offensive output. You can see Tats has 13 and 3 right here with only 1 turnover. However, is only shooting 2 for 7 from 3. Like I was saying, obviously is struggling a little bit. That is going to change, I promise you, throughout the course of this game. And then Franchise, the post score, he has 8 points on 4 rebounds as well, 4 for 6 shooting. Now, offensively, I think we're doing great as far as the course of this game goes. I mean, Giuseppe has 9 and 7 with only 2 turnovers, absolutely producing. We're doing really good in the pick and roll game. I mean, I have 14 points and missed my last 3 shots, essentially. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that if you watched the video all the way to this point. Also, if you made it to halftime, put half in the comments to show your support to me all the way through. I'm trying to get a gauge of who's really interacting and you know, intrigued by these videos. Now, as we carry along with the video, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break from the commentary and just talk to you guys about the new build that Giuseppe's thinking about making, and we'll resume the commentary a little bit when we reach about the 4th quarter or maybe midway through the 3rd. But anyway, the 2 options that we are thinking, me and Giuseppe, as far as what we've been communicating to each other, just, you know, what we think is going to work best and stuff like that, and just ideas that I've maybe had out the blue of, you know, things that I think would work really well. Also, you can see Dope with a nice steal and in transition right there. But anyway, the 2 options. One is the meta Pro-Am PG that everybody uses, and, you know, it's the 6'4", 6'3", with really good playmaking, really good shooting, pretty solid finishing, and then you can see he gets the crab right there. And then it has close to 0 defense, right? So that build right there, I've been told by a lot of the Pro-Am heads and stuff like that, that obviously it will still produce like a lot on offense. Like the build is capable of dropping 50 like Tats did right here, and would really be capable of drawing a lot of attention from the bigs in the pick and roll game and stuff like that, get me open a lot easier, etc., etc. But in the corner would just be a complete defensive liability. You would have to hide him on the wing like these guys did with Tats right here. But even at that, if the other team is smart and, you know, draws your bad defender on the ball with just a simple wrap, or if you have 2 ball handlers, then it becomes a real problem where you have to put him in the corner. He is absolutely just going to get like beasted and feasted on down there with anybody who just hits a backdoor cut or anything like that. So it just becomes a real problem. So with that said, the second option is going to be a 6'7" power forward. Now, a lot of people have frowned upon it in the Pro-Am community. They're all like, oh, you can't get the shots off quick enough off the pick and rolls. You can't, you know, move quick enough to even get the open opportunities and stuff like that. But me personally, and me, you know, me and Giuseppe, as far as what we've communicated, I feel like flat out that would complement his skill set so well. Now, the badge count on that would be like 14, 24, 30 playmaking, and like 12 defense. So he would still be a capable passing lane guy as far as, you know, he'd still have block rating, etc., etc. Doesn't have perimeter D or interior D, but simply put, he would just guard corner regardless and would essentially be a more competent defender as far as guarding corner, you know, getting the lanes, etc., being a defensive piece, at least in the passing lanes and stuff like that. And then, like I said, bro, 30 playmaking. Now, people might listen and think that that 30 playmaking is OD, but right there, I mean, he only has enough badges for bronze unpluckable and really doesn't have any dimer. He can't run the space creator in tight handles and, you know, ankle breaker BS that all these other PGs do and stuff like that. And simply put, I just think it would be a really nice piece. Now, also with that 6'7" comes an opportunity of Giuseppe really showing his talents in other aspects than just being a point guard. Now, for those of you who know about Giuseppe all the way back to 2K17, this man is one of the best post scorers in the game, flat out. Like, I mean, as far as the stick skill that he has with it and just knowing what he does with it, and that's back in 2K17 when it really did take skill. Now, regardless of if it does take skill or not in this game, and people can feel however they want about it, but I gotta say, simply put, it would be amazing for him to have something like that where he could kind of address the post game a little bit if he's uncomfortable with the playmaking as a point guard. Now, he's developed as a point guard a lot over the course of even us just playing together, and obviously, you know, back from his days of being just a post scorer in 17. I mean, he's developed a lot as a point guard and just as a dribbler in the first place. Now, he's mostly used to the ISO, and obviously, you know, pick and roll is a whole different world in that, let alone the Pro-Am pick and roll world. And then on top of that too, I mean, he's on a build that only has 18 playmaking badges, doesn't have enough for all the things that I've talked about. So with this 6'7", essentially it would make him a lot more comfortable to just take the drive when it's there. I mean, it would be a huge upgrade of finishing badges as to what he has right now. Again, he only has 3 finishing badges, whereas with this power forward, he'd have 14. He would have post moves, which would make it able for him to do like post spins against people who don't have interior defense or post move lockdown. And I highly doubt that any like actual lockdown has any post move lockdown at all. And then what we could even do is run some 5-out sets for him where we could call for a screen from wherever the point guard is, and then Giuseppe would be able to try and get the PG on him and just flat out work him in the post, whether it's, you know, high post, low post, anything like that. And then we also would welcome a lot more drives from him as a point guard, where, like, for instance, right there, he'd be able to just flat out go for a drive, and I'm comfortable popping because flat out he would have dimer, needle threader, Hall of Fame bullet passer, stuff like that. I mean, flat out it just adds in a whole like aspect of our offense that we'd be able to do, and it just opens it up a whole lot more. Now right there, again, tough shot. I mean, flat out it's just tough. It's a tough world in this Pro-Am stuff to try and get open threes consistently. And without using the crabs, as you're going to see this dude Tats right here consistently doing, without using the crabs, you're really lost. So that's where in the first place, I feel like a 6'7" wouldn't even be that bad, because flat out you're going to live by the crab, die by the crab, essentially. And then really quick, to chime back in on the gameplay, you're going to see Giuseppe is guarding right corner, but that's where they put the post score. And this is exactly the situation I'm talking about, where really, can a 6'7" hang with this? Probably not in the first place, but a lot of times whoever they have in this corner isn't essentially going to be in that role where it would be somebody with super high post moves. It would just be somebody who would be taller than him and wanting to back him down or just hit some cuts. But let's just say he gets put in the situation where he obviously has to defend that. It's just a tough scene, man. Like, he's just too small to hang with a dude like that. So I'm trying to help and get on this backside too, but Giuseppe hits the reach in. Honestly, perfect time to do that. Really no better way to approach that defense. Nice rotation down there to the paint, and I get the block. Now right here, we're back on D with it. I mean, flat out, we ended this third quarter really good defensively. So I'm back onto the post score as he drives right here. Boom, another block at the buzzer. I just knew I would time it in that aspect, and then we're out on the break. Dope hits the dunk. Simple as that. I get my takeover just like that as well. Now, one thing I want to talk about with my takeover too, I talked about this in previous videos of, you know, just people were telling me like, yo, the glass takes garbage, don't use it. I will say I'm not the biggest hater of it. I think it's like usable, definitely, but I will say a lot of people have put me on to the fact that I can just run double slash take and literally ISO in this thing. And I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So I'm just going to run double slash take. You can get it super quick, especially with the way that I've been scoring in this Pro-Am stuff, where, I mean, literally I've been putting up like almost 20 something a game regardless, even as the big man. And you can see, I mean, I have 12 shot attempts, and a lot of those could have gone, in my opinion. A lot of them could have been dunks. They were missed lobs and stuff like that as well. So flat out, I think running double slash take is going to be a move, and you guys are going to see me maybe more involved with the offense. And we're going to pause really quickly, but just to add into that topic of me being maybe more involved offensively with the double slash take, it takes less pressure and just takes it off of Giuseppe to where maybe we wouldn't need him to be on a 6'4", 6'3", or something like that to just completely control the offense. Now, peep this. This is a beautiful play right here. Watch this right side. I'm just going to go ahead and let it speak for itself. Beautiful wing cut, and then they rotate one up to wing as well. It literally is perfect offense. You really can't defend that unless you've seen it already once in the game, or like, you know how to approach that or anything like that. But flat out, I mean, that was just really tough to defend. And then as you can see, we really don't get a very good shot attempt at the end of the third quarter right there. Honestly, ended the third quarter on a really, really bad note. I mean, they got that wide open 3 on the wing. Beautiful play. Flat out, that was just perfect. Now, we'll get back to the commentary really, really soon, I promise you, but I just want to finalize my thoughts as far as the 6'7" build that we're planning for Giuseppe to make. Now, simply put and just summarize, and I'll just make it quick. it's going to be loaded with finishing, has the post moves as well, so he's going to be able to just, use it on people who don't have interior defense and don't have the post move lockdown whenever we're just not comfortable with our offense. Now, I could just be on the wing with it and just cut whenever I feel like it, and I'll be able to crash O-boards or maybe be there for, lobs like this where people just camp the block and it's really, really dangerous. But anyway, great finishing badge set is 14. He has 24 shooting badges and would be able to run things like fade ace. Just be comfortable, post fading whenever he wants to in just a situation where he's a great post scorer and a great point guard, and let him be the best of it with both aspects. Nice steal right there as well. But anyway, has 99 three-pointer, 99 mid-range, all that stuff. Beautiful shooting badges, like I said. Perfect playmaking badge set. And currently, he's on a build with Gold Bullet Passer. Now, in Pro-Am, that is awful. You won't see a single Pro-Am PG who runs Gold Bullet Passer or even uses a build that has low pass accuracy in the first place. It's just very hard for him to dot people properly or even get the ball to me on rolls quickly. You can see nice ball movement right there, but unfortunately we get the ball to Tonic instead of Giuseppe, or even Tonic could have had the shot. Giuseppe wasn't expecting the ball in that situation, shoots an early. It is what it is. We're back on defense with it. Giuseppe's helping a little bit high and giving up that back door right there, and they absolutely take it. Get a nice lob right there. And again, lobs are just an aspect of the game. It's hard to stop, and that's what I'm talking about where we get to the defensive end of that 6'7". It's just so much better than anything you would see as far as if Giuseppe was on a build that literally has zero defense, it's going to be tough. Like if people know what they're doing as far as forcing us to, or essentially forcing their will on trying to exploit his low defense, it's going to be bad, man. Like people are going to just straight up lob on that dude all day. They might even, what I've been told, is move someone down from corner and camp the block with that and throw the standing lobs. Beautiful fade right there, by the way, by Giuseppe. That low-key keeps us in the game on top of that. But anyway, my point, though, is just flat out the defense is just not good enough to be feasible, in my opinion. And it would really just get exploited a lot. And you can have 4 great defenders all throughout the court, but if they exploit the one bad defender and we can't do anything about it, we're just lost, and there's nothing we're going to be able to do. Now, right here, I get a contest from behind, from the side. It's just an awful situation to get put in that spot. We're down by 6 with 3 minutes left, and really, it's looking tough, bro, because we're not getting many stops on defense. They're playing great on offense, and then right back, we come with some good offense as well. Giuseppe hits a nice little quick stop right here, gets that green, and now we're back on defense with it. Now, we come out here, really, really do some good stuff on D. This is going to be that transition that we're talking about with me and Dope in the pick and roll game, where I step up, Dope steps back. He was expecting that we would be playing sides and he would have a wide open slip, but Dope is right here. Now, this is aspect of good defense. He's got the steal rating, he's got interceptor. This is tough to get this animation, and flat out, you need the build for it, because if you don't, you're just lost. Now, right here, some BS, man. In the first place, I feel like this is a clear path, no doubt about it. Now, someone correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I'm not wrong, though, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But this, like, Panda being right here should have nothing to do with the fact that this is a clear path foul or not. It should literally just be the fact that I am ahead of every defender on their team, and he intentional fouled me. And flat out, I was spamming Y for this lob right here, too. It's the easiest thing in the world, and we can even go back a frame and just show you how, simply put, it was like setting up perfectly for me, and I already knew I was spamming Y for the lob. And right there, again, Dope with a beautiful interception. It comes right to me. Boom. I am spamming Y right there to try and get Panda the ball on the lob. But we just get fouled. Common foul. No clear path or anything like that. Really unfortunate, man. But anyway, we come back here. I get the ball on the inbound. We're going to Giuseppe with it. Now we're setting this up to the left side of the pick and roll. I'm trying to pop right here. He does hit me. However, I get the ball, and the big man comes up to contest me a little bit more. This is where I am the fan of having the smaller, undersized big man. And simply put, I have Hall of Fame quick first step. I got 81 speed with ball. I got literally 99 driving dunk. And obviously, taller bigs can still have that as well. But you guys get what I'm saying. Now, I'm going to run this one back and let you guys see this as well. But like I said, these PGs who run the Space Creator and Ankle Breaker and stuff like that, they will just absolutely destroy you with this stuff. And Ankle Braces does literally nothing. So there is just nothing to be had with this. Now, I get a perfect animation out of this and I'm definitely glad that I got a good jump, because flat out you can get some awful jumps where the dude just jumps straight up and literally does nothing to do with contesting the shot. But you can see I get a great jump to contest it right here off the ankle breaker. 72% contested. They get the ball back to the post score. I was hoping I could get a passing lane animation right there, but obviously nothing happened. And then I'm right back up with the PG. Perfect defense all across the board. Like Dope taking the ball away from the post score. He gets the offensive 3-second. I don't think that guy would have got a legitimate shot off in the first place. And then they just chuck some stuff up at the end. Now, we're down by 1 still. we're coming back. Now, what's really funny as well is we're in a situation where Panda somehow is out of the Xbox party on top of all this, was just having some like, you know, technical difficulties or whatever the case may be, and we just can't even communicate with him in the first place. So whether that's defense, whether that's offense, and defense was really, really important because we were trying to set up a rotation to where me and Dope would play higher on the screens. As you can see, Dope gets the nice dunk right there out the corner, but we were trying to set up a rotation where me and Dope play higher on these screens and really are taking away threes from Tats for this exact reason, man. Now Dope gets the pass tipped right there. He gets the ball and just flat out sprints. And as simple as that, quick stop, three, crab. Easy. But anyway, as far as we were trying to do on defense, we're trying to key in a little bit more on stopping Tats from three, and we wanted to send a rotation from that corner and have the wing help to the corner, but we can't do that because Panda's not in the party. So straight up, we just have to defend, like literally straight up, as I said. So whenever they give it to the guy in the post, I gotta just take him. Whenever they're running this two-man pick and roll game, we gotta just play, simply put, two-man pick and roll defense. And it really is a tough scene to do that against a good point guard, and especially with the fact that they have this post score right here too. He hits me with the post spin. Again, like I was telling y'all, if I body up on him, it's GG. We don't have anybody with post move lockdown or interior defense or anything like that. So as soon as I get on his hip and he gets me with like an animation like that, we're just screwed. Now right here, I'm not gonna lie, we get kind of lucky. I do feel like I could have just dunked this, but I get an and1 animation on top of all that. But you can see beautiful slip right here. We were already calling this out, me and Giuseppe. I'm trying to get a little 2-for-1 opportunity, but obviously with the clock being how it is, it didn't really matter how quick or slow we go. But it was going to be pretty important as we're down right now to get something quick if they were going to give it quick. Now, you're going to see this guy was already playing super high. I'm taking it, and we get that roll right there. Now, obviously, with more experience comes the situation where maybe Giuseppe dots the corner right here. I don't know why he would do this, though. It just makes no sense to drop in a situation where you could give up a three-pointer and not have the lead anymore. Now, ironically, he does that and has an opportunity of not having the lead anymore. But I, unfortunately, am not very good with the aiming. Now I'm coming out here for a real clutch free throw. Like I'm talking, this one is very pivotal. If we take the lead, it changes everything as far as how we can play defense and how we play offense. But unfortunately, like I said, my free throw is awful. I'm not very good with aiming it in the first place right now. Some people were telling me I could just run it on NA and just not even have any factor in like timing it or anything. And pay attention to that foul right there because it actually is very important. And I low-key screwed up because I forgot about it entirely. But he gets the post take on. I'm sitting here wondering if he can shoot free throws, right? Now, I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing that I got a foul right there. Simply put, it allows us to get that 2-for-1 opportunity I was just talking about, where we have 34 seconds. We could essentially, if he hits both of these, still get a 2 really quick if they give it to us, and then we would still have a chance to get the ball back for the final shot like you guys saw in the very first Pro Am video if you've watched that. Now, we hit the timeout right here to advance it for that exact reason. We're trying to get it to go really quickly. So we're going to set this up. And ideally, I was thinking that we would just run a little two-man game where Giuseppe would catch the inbound right here. Maybe Panda goes to this corner, Tonic this wing, and then Dope comes to this corner right here. And then I just go ahead and slip as soon as Giuseppe catches it. But these guys were thinking that they wanted to do a little wing inbound. So I'm going to go ahead and just let you guys see how that plays out right there. And really, it was a perfect play. I mean, if this finishes right here, it was exactly how we drew it up. Now real quick, I just want to detail this one last time and then we'll let everything as far as the rest of the game play out. But you can see the time and score, we're down by 2 with 34 seconds left. Simply put, if we get this bucket right here, and essentially I'll just pause it as soon as he would have dunked it, right? So we'd have 30 seconds. Essentially we have a 6-second split between the shot clock and the game clock, and it'd be an easy 2-for-1 opportunity. Now right there, I low-key probably shouldn't have fouled, to be completely honest with you, but who knows? I mean, looking back, I'm definitely glad I did, and you'll see why. But simply put, me fouling right there could have just lost us the game, really, as simple as that. But this dude, he comes out, the post scorer has really good free throw rating apparently, comes out and shoots 2 80% pluses and misses them both. And now we're looking really good. I'm just telling Giuseppe, okay, simply put, we're just running our regular pick and roll offense. Whatever we can find, we'll take. If we get an easy 2, we get an easy 2. If we get a 3 somehow, we get a 3. Now we get really lucky right here. Giuseppe gets blocked on the jump shot. Everybody sprints up to try and get back on the break or try and get the ball on the rebound. And we get me just wide open in the paint off of that. Now, do I think I could have got the ball and been able to dunk it right there if we set it up properly? I do think so. But either way, now right here is just big time. Like I'm talking, this was going to be really important. And you can see I give up a wide open, easy post spin. That is exactly what I'm telling you guys too. I've been inspired by that dude to think that Giuseppe could do the exact same thing. I really do think so, because I don't have any post move lockdown, anything like that, and Giuseppe would be in the exact same situation. Now, you're going to see we set this wing inbound up the exact same way, except I'm throwing in a pick this time, and perfect execution. We get it to go. You can see the only difference about it is this time I'm setting a pick to try and get Dope open. Now, I don't think Panda should have been in this spot, but again, Panda is not even in the party, so it's just unfortunate that, you know, we couldn't just communicate to him what we're even doing in the first place. But my screen ends up literally not even doing a single thing. And you're going to see, as far as when he touches that ball, you can see it's 0.2 on the clock, and he gets it to go. That was literally the perfect execution, and it really couldn't have been any better. Now, real quick, for anybody who wanted a quick little stat check, you're going to see Giuseppe has 17 and 16. I have 26. And then their point guard and big are going crazy too. 34 and 18, 34 and 8 for the PG with only 2 turnovers. I mean, flat out, it is a tough scene back and forth. It's a very offensive game. Now, this jump ball right here is going to be very important. It's a whole extra possession because flat out, obviously, there's no alternating, you know, possessions at the half or anything like this. This is OT. So you're going to see we do get that. I'm able to execute on that. Dope gets the ball. And then, again, the exact same thing I was talking about. I mean, just random missed passes. I don't know if Dope has bailout. Maybe he doesn't. But either way, I mean, flat out, just a completely lost possession off the pass doing some crazy stuff. I don't know if that's a typical thing in this Pro-Am stuff, or again, I don't know if Dope has bailout or anything like that. Right here, I'm trying to deny the post score because flat out, I just don't want him to get the ball, and obviously for a very good reason. I mean, he's just dominating me down low. But you're going to see, in this OT period, we're out here locking this dude up. Flat out, he hits me with 2 post spins. He doesn't get it. He resorts to the post hop right there, gets a 5% contest. I don't know if that would have prevented him from greening it if he actually timed it well or not. But either way, we force him to take a long shot, essentially, right? I don't want him to get easy post spins. That's the worst thing that could happen. And then right here, unfortunately, we kind of choke a little bit. Giuseppe had a nice little easy lane he could have taken right there. Back and forth. We're just choking back and forth. Like, I mean, it's as simple as that. We had a nice little drive that Giuseppe could have taken right there. Then Panda hits the opposite corner on accident, gets a turnover. They miss the wide open shot. We come back. Giuseppe hits the green off the catch and shoot right there. Big plays. My man was over here going crazy in this OT period. So now we're back on this defense with it, right? They're running this wrap on us on the wing. We finally get Panda in the party around like right now, right? And you can see we play really good defense right there. They hit the pass to the corner. Boom. I'm back on the post score with it. Only 7 seconds left, so I'm already knowing we're trying to take away the easy buckets. I'm watching that post spin to the right. I'm already knowing I don't want that back shoulder to happen. And again, we play great defense, but unfortunately, Panda gets the foul from the wing as he jumps for it. I jumped for it as well. I don't know if I would have got a foul or not, but either way, great defense that we unfortunately just give him free throws on. And again, this dude right here has a very good free throw rating, apparently. I mean, he's shooting 82% and stuff like that, and then he greens it on that one as well. So flat out, he's not my typical, you know, big where I'm in a situation where I have like 29 free throw rating and don't really have a very good opportunity of hitting them. Whereas he, obviously, if we hack a shack on their post score, is going to execute on that. Now, right here, very freelance stuff going on. But again, me and Dope over here just making crazy stuff happen out of nowhere. And more than anything, I should just say Dope and Giuseppe, to be honest, because I have nothing to do with this. And I really had nothing to do with the wing cut or anything like that as well. But either way, I'm trying to hit this roll right here because I just think it's going to be pretty open. Now, same way back, I'm thinking we just run it back and I'm going to slip this time down this way because flat out, they're just giving it to us. Like, it looked like it. But either way, Dope hits the cut at the same time. And like I said, I think I would have had the slip pretty good. But what this creates is a 2-on-1 situation between me and Dope because they double team Giuseppe up top with his sharp take. And then Dope comes out and hits this corner right here. Beautiful execution. I really think this was just some random stuff that we got kind of lucky on, that everything like really worked that way. But it is what it is, man. I mean, we executed on it, so it was really good. But either way, they come back, crab us again. Another great shot opportunity right there that he just misses. And then I'm rotating down on defense a little bit to make sure Giuseppe doesn't get babied in the paint because flat out, we're just on a big with him. And then the point guard comes up to the top again, gets a nice, awesome quick stop again, hits the 3. Flat out, we are just struggling to defend that dude. I mean, it's as simple as that. But then they're also just struggling to defend Giuseppe as well. So you're going to see I try and hit that slip. I'm not able to get it. Now we get it back to Giuseppe. I'm running another slip on accident. I'm just doing all types of screw up stuff, right? Like, I'm really just failing on offense. And Giuseppe pulls something out of nothing, gets the 2-pointer right there, and gets the shot with the green. Flat out, that was a huge shot, man, because like I said, I was setting him up really, really bad. I already knew this dude don't want the ball, so I'm pressing him, and he ends up right before half court. I get this bump right here, and he ends up right in front of half court and doesn't get the turnover. Ends up holding LT as well and didn't step behind the half court either, and then they call a timeout. I gotta say, I was thinking that was gonna be a huge play because flat out I knew that dude didn't want the ball. He just got it because flat out the point guard was getting blitzed off the inbound and stuff like that as well, and then it just ends up in his hands. And also they're probably thinking they want to run through that post score a little bit too. So really, it was a perfect situation. I mean, unfortunately, we just don't get the steal. But speaking of steal, Dope gets a wonderful bump steal right there. And I'm thinking low-key we can maybe get a 2-for-1 right here. I don't want to do some stupid stuff, though, like I was doing previously in the game. So we're going to go ahead and just play a little bit slower. At this point, we're not in any rush because we're already past the shot clock. No 2-for-1 opportunity. Really, we're just thinking if we score, we're good. Unfortunately, Giuseppe throws a turnover right there. Tats gets a wide open 3 again and bricks it. I mean, that is just a tough scene, man. And I really would have loved to see how this game played out if he did hit that 3-pointer, because we would have had another last-second shot opportunity where maybe we draw something up where it's a tie game. I don't want the ball in my hand either because they might intentional foul me, and I would have to hit at least one to win the game. Right here, we're just trying to space it out so Giuseppe can, get his intentional foul off. Nothing really worried, but unfortunately, it goes to Tonic. Now, this could have been really bad. I'm gonna be real. This could have been really bad. If they got a takeaway right here and called a timeout, they would have had a chance at the 3-pointer and obviously to win the game. But the reason that we're trying to get it to Giuseppe is because flat out he's the only dude on our team that has free throw rating. Like literally the only. So they end up fouling him. Honestly, in a perfect world, if I did get the ball right there, I was just going to shoot it. Simply put. I mean, it would take a pretty good amount of time for the ball to come down and actually for someone to be able to rebound it. And then even at that, if they take a step or anything like that and call a timeout, they would have to inbound from back here instead of at half court. So really, like I said, as long as there's like 2 seconds left in the game, I'm probably shooting it instead of shooting free throws if it ends up in my hands somehow, especially if it's a full court shot. But anyway, that is the final. Nothing else happens here. Essentially, for those who don't know, as far as the pro-am stuff goes, you need to quit out to keep your overall and all that type of stuff too. So you're going to see everybody just quit out right here. But anyway, final box score, you can see Tats ends up with 37, Franchise with 20. He had 10 rebounds as well. Now, that was a lot of shot opportunities between the two of them. I mean, it's literally, like 36 between the two of them. But at the same time, same exact thing for me and Giuseppe. I'll go ahead and just pause it right here. But you can see me and Giuseppe end up with 35 shot opportunities as well. So it was just a lot of volume scoring between the point guards and bigs, simply put, with the off-ball guys actually contributing quite a bit for our team as well. So Dope ended up with 18 points, 8 for 9. That is crazy production for a lockdown. Now, obviously, he had a couple fast break opportunities. He even threw one lob to Panda as well that he caught on the break. And then, obviously, he had a couple key three-pointers that cut from the wing as well. Huge game from everybody, really. And then even Tonic contributing in the rebounding category as well. As you can see, we get out-rebounded in this game. Now, a lot of people are going to ask me, do you really think you can make this with a 6'8" big man? I believe so. I think if Giuseppe makes this 6'7" point guard as well, it would complement my build very well, where everybody in this game is running just straight up a 6'3" or a 6'4" PG and then a 6'10" big man. A lot of people are running that. You guys know me over the course of the years if you follow me all the way back to 2K17. I've been an undersized big in every single time, every single game that we've ever seen on this 2K stuff. So simply put, I'm going to stick with my undersized big man stuff. I'm going to stick to it. And I think it really creates a lot of opportunities for us in the pick and roll, pick and pop game as well. Now, anyway, that's all for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try to get this 1 to 500 likes in the first 24 hours. And then I know there's a lot of people watching this stuff in maybe a week from whenever I even upload the video. Let's try and get this 1 to 1,000 likes total. I'd really appreciate that. But anyway, that's all for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you made it to the very end, put Laker in the comments to show your support me all the way through. And that, take it easy, man. Peace.